Mike with Mike's Bags. Today I'm reviewing the Slyps by Underworld Cornhole. Let's go and dive in. We'll break this bag down. We'll start with the slow side. As always, this is that herringbone carpet that we all know and love. It's the more popular of their herringbone materials. Same material you find on the slow side of the B3 Fatal and Prime, the Southwest Capo, X-Level Counterpunch, Swag Bags Maniac, the BG Wizard, Cornhole Coastal Creature, Ninja Streets. A lot of bags use it. If you've thrown a herringbone bag of some sort, you've probably thrown this materials. Most of it, this is what more popular is herringbone materials. Every time I review this, I talk about how you can manipulate the speeds. If you brand new, it's gonna play like a 5.5, 6 speed. You keep it clean, you buy a fabric shaver and you shave it down and keep it smooth. It'll stay that faster 5.5, 6 speed. If you dirty it up and you get it roughed up, you throw on concrete, asphalt, gravel, whatever, you just get this really, really rough and fuzzy and super dirty and don't clean it, it'll slow down like a 4 or 4.5 speed. Most people, if you throw indoors, smooth surfaces, pitch pads, it's going to play about a 5 speed. So anywhere from a 4 to 6 speed is what you can get, depending on how you take care of it, how you clean it or dirty it up, whatever. You can manipulate that speed for you. But for most people, 5 speed, just to give us a number. So 5 on the slow side. Fast side, this is not quite the same as that Pro Sniper Viper fast side material. It's that newer variation of that material. Same material you find on the fast side of the B3 Ranger, Fatal, Coyote. It's the fast side of the Cornhole Coastal Creature and Fear, or BG uses on their Witcher. Big Mac Bags has on the fast side there, whatever. It's a wonderful material. I actually like this better than that Pro Sniper fast side. It plays very similar. 9 speed, it's fast, easy to collect, bags, clean up messes, slide the board in condition, but it's a touch softer. I just like the feel of this material better than that Pro Sniper fast side. It's really become one of my favorite fast side materials is this material. So I love the fact that Underworld used it on this bag and gives the bag a great hand feel with the two materials. You kind of get a soft as they break in, you get a soft as the two materials. I love the way that the materials feel together. Template wise, this Slyps is a medium template bag. It's got a medium amount of fill, but it's kind of on the fuller side. So you've got some flop. It is not that floppy at all. I really like the fill in here because it gives the bag an awesome hand feel to it. And you've got enough fullness. You can lock the bag down, gives it a ton of control, and really allows you to do a lot of things with this bag. The fill in here it feels like a mixed fill. It's a smaller fill than some other bags used in there, but there's some flat in here, some of the thicker flat fill in here, but it's a small fill. I like the fill in this bag because it gives the bag forgiveness, but also it gives you the ability to shape shots. So I really like the mixture that Underworld's using in this bag. And one of the knocks, there's two knocks to this herringbone material. One of them is it has a kick to it. Anytime you throw this material, especially if you get a bouncier fill, more active fill, it's really going to kick on you. So if you don't throw a flat bag, it's tough to control. But the fill mixture that Underworld's used in here really gives the bag forgiveness. And even though it's not a super floppy bag, it doesn't have a ton of kick to it. It's going to have some kick. If you don't throw flat, it's going to kick. Every bag will kick if you don't throw them flat. It's going to have some kick to it, but you want that kick because that kick is also the cutability. If you take the kick completely out, you're going to have a bag you can't cut, right? So, and this is a bag designed for shot shaping, so you want to be able to cut the bag. So it's going to be some kick there, but it's not as harsh and punishing as some other bags would be, and it's controllable. If you don't throw a flat bag, but you're consistent with your tilt of the bag, you can adjust your landing spot and play it no problem whatsoever. So I didn't really mind it. I like the feel and the forgiveness it has, so that if I accidentally don't get my bag flat, it's not going to punish me and I can still get the bag in play or even possibly put it in the hole. But I have enough movement and enough grip in this bag that I can still throw my cuts and get my shot shaping. And on that, these bags are also ACL stamps. We play ACL events. You can throw these Slyps. Let's go ahead and jump in and talk about playability on this. And this herringbone material is very versatile. It's why everybody loves it. It's why it's so popular, because you can get up there if you want to and just run bags in the hole, and you can do it all day long. No problem with it whatsoever with this. I will say, I talked about the two negatives. One was the kick on it. The other thing about this herringbone material is it is not hole friendly. I don't care what bag it's on. It's not a knock on this bag. Any bag that uses this material, it just isn't that hole friendly. But you have a ton of control with it. That's the trade-off you get. When I talk about cornhole bags and that zero-sum game, when you gain in one area, you got to lose somewhere else. So as you gain control with this, you're going to lose some hole friendliness. That being said, doesn't mean the bag doesn't go in the hole. And I think sometimes when I say bags aren't hole friendly, people take that as but my bags go in the hole, they're hole friendly. This bag still goes in the hole. When I talk about hole friendliness, what I mean is when a bag gets up there and hangs, this is not a bag you're really going to see drip in too often. When it's hanging, you got to be a little more aggressive to go after it, right? Just putting a bag in sometimes doesn't always take it in. But because you have the control, you can come over and get aggressive and really clip that bag and take it in, or step out and collect it. So as long as you've got a bag up there and it's not your last bag, you can definitely put it in. And again, nitpicking a little bit, so don't hear what I'm saying when I say the bag, when I talk about this material not being hole friendly. These bags still go in the hole, and you'll see here, I put a lot of them in there. I really love the way this bag plays. But on the other side, I talk about control. This bag is great for that dirty style game. If you like getting up there and throwing blockers and cuts and rolls and flops and just doing all that shot shaping and mixing the game up, that's where this bag shines to me. The ability that you have to put blockers where you want, level 1, level 2, level 3 blockers up there. You can get aggressive, put them over on your opponent's side, knowing that you have the ability to throw a cut and grab it, pull it back in. The fullness of the bag, you don't have to come down the middle. You can just clip a corner, grab it, and drag that bag in with you. So these bags are very collectible. I really loved that dirty style play that this bag offers you, because I like playing that dirty style game more than not. I want to throw blockers a lot of times, and I want to be able to collect them. I had complete confidence in throwing that blocker up there and getting really aggressive and knowing that I can go get it. If my opponent doesn't push it in for me or move to my side, I can go get it when I need to. So I really love that about this bag. The fill in here, like I said, not being super bouncy, you still get that forgiveness, but I had the ability to cut this bag. You can make those cuts with it. You can roll it. You can flop it. It's not that hard. So if you're average to above average in those shot shaping skills, you can do it with these slips, no problem whatsoever. It maybe not the easiest if you're trying to learn, but it's still not a bad bag to learn on, because again, as long as you know how to get the orientation of the bag right, you can get this bag to move like you want it to. So I really liked the options that this bag offered you. It's even a great bag if you play an opponent who throws blockers and plays that dirty style game. They're putting bags up in your way. With a bag like this, you have the ability to get around their bags. Let's say with cuts, rolls, flops, you have the just to step out and get around. So their blockers there, you can step out and just kind of sneak without even throwing a cut. You just kind of sneak into it, smash their bag, spin around, drop this one in. So you have a lot of options with this bag, and I tell it all the time. I love when a bag gives me options. And when I'm playing this opponent, my goal is to put them in a position where they have one shot. Force them to do, and whatever if their weakness is airmails, I want to force them to airmail. If their weakness is pushing, I want to force them to have to push through to collect bags. Whatever it is, I want to put my opponent in a box and make them do what they're not comfortable doing. But with a bag like this, your opponent can't do that to you because you have a lot of options. This bag gives you those options to get around bags, get over bags, fast enough to go through bags, no problem whatsoever. And I didn't mention the collectability as far as the pushing through. You've got enough speed on this fast side to push through, multiple bags, 1, 2, 3 bags. The bags, even though they kind of play a little bit on the floor side, they fold up nicely. I had no problem with them clogging or bunching up in the hole and creating problems. If I was collecting multiple bags, I could still put them up there and they would drip in the hole, no problem whatsoever. So it's not a bag that's really going to clog the hole on you. It's a bag that you can collect. You can throw your first 2 or 3 bags where there's blockers, and then come out the last bag and really go fast side and collect multiple bags with no problem whatsoever. And I do like playing that style of game of just having 6 bags on the board, and then my last bag I'm pushing in 2 or 3 of mine and making my opponent realize that they're in trouble for that round. So I love the way the Slyps plays. I love the options that it gives you. It's a fun bag to throw. Honestly, I'm a fan of herringbone. I throw a lot of herringbone bags, and this is a bag that's really in contention for maybe my favorite herringbone bag. So if you've been interested in trying out herringbone, I highly recommend checking these bags out. And the best part about them is the price, and that kind of leads me into availability on these. Underworld Cornhole has a website, underworldcornhole.com. As always, link down in the description for you guys. These bags are $55 for a set, $10 shipping, $65 shipped to you for an ACL stamp bag. Is crazy. That's on the cheaper end. It's probably the lowest price point you can get for an ACL stamped bag out there. I highly recommend checking out for that alone. I love the price point. I love the fact that Underworld's made their bags reasonable. They could, this is the same quality as $100, $150 price bags out there that they could charge, and they did. And I love the fact they did. And it makes the bags that if you've been thinking about trying a bag with a herringbone carpet, you just don't know which ones to try, go buy some of these Slyps, right? You can afford to try them. And if you don't like them, you're not that invested into the bags, but I think you're going to love them. It's an incredible bag. I can't recommend these enough to you guys. If you've thrown the Slyps, I'd love to hear your feedback, what you like, what you don't like. Drop a comment down below. Always love hearing you guys' opinions. I thank you so much for your support, and I thank you for watching.